The negative forces are scrambling out there as more and more people wake up and more things are outed and more light is on the planet. Any negative force is just like a wild animal pinned into a corner. They are just clawing their way out right now. So even though it looks like there's a lot more darkness going on the planet, know that that is just because the darkness is being lifted up to the surface for us to clear it away. It's actually a lot better than it ever was. I've been doing this work for so many years. I've been clearing away dark stuff from the energy fields forever, and it's actually a lot lighter than it ever has been before. So I want to give you guys 4 categories of 3D games that are going to be played, especially as things heat up out there. So I know there's going to be a lot of stuff going down, but if you can picture, understand the programs in these 4 categories, you can start seeing the game played so obviously that nothing will faze you. Everything today on EARTH1111. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll be talking about so many more mind-blowing topics coming up in January. And please share the video with everybody you know, comment and like. It helps my videos get to see more people. And if you sign up for a course, please make sure you register on my site. I have my Ascension Magic course going on for $150 off until January 8th. Don't miss out. Okay, so there's going to be so much drama out there. Now, I will never tell you this is going to happen or this, because we are in shape-shifting timelines that are all anchoring really into the organic timeline. But all depending on where your consciousness is, will link you to a certain timeline. So I can't, right? So anyone that tells you this is going to happen in March, this is going to happen in some, during this year, that's simply coming from where they are. You might be in a completely different timeline. So I will never give you dates, what's going to happen. It's more just understanding the games that are played out there. So you can full out see whenever something's coming up. You can just see, it would be so obvious to you after this video. All they have is to keep you in the lowest consciousness possible. This keeps you in the matrix. Once you're beyond the matrix, they got nothing on you. So every single game out there is trying to keep you in the lowest consciousness possible. That's the only way to ensnare you into their agenda for what they're trying to pull in the world, which is, of course, multifaceted. But at a very easy way to understand it is there's a hijacking of consciousness, because they have certain things that they're trying to create to make sure that they have hive mind mentality out there. They don't want anyone questioning anything. They don't want anyone having their heart open. They sure as hell don't want anyone standing up against anything. So the way that they got you is only if you're coming from a lower consciousness energy. That's it. Once you're beyond their frequency nets, you are in expansion mode. You are in ascension mode. Once you're beyond the frequency nets, you're no longer controllable. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1, the first chakra, the physical, is where they can try to ensnare people. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on out there to try to create toxicity, poisons, right? Of course, we could see what's going on in the past couple of years. It's going to amp up. The first chakra is also related to survival mechanisms. So that mentality that there's not enough, that you're just, right, worrying about money all the time. So money worries. Who knows with the financial systems? Like I said, no one can predict what their games are going to be, but we know that when you control someone's ability to feel that fear, that primordial fear of just surviving, they got you. So know that there's going to be a lot going on in the world trying to keep people in that basic, lowest survival, just trying to, right, get by. This is, of course, with inflation, it's going to go on. People feeling like their jobs are unstable, like the markets are unstable, the real estate might be, going up and down, interest rates have spiked. So it's all that to do with those survival conscious programs. Now remember, You create your own reality. Choose abundance. If you need more help, take my course, Manifesting 2.0, New Earth Abundance, where I give you lots of different techniques, tips, and methods. Okay, so as well, that first chakra, the root chakra, is also linked to, of course, the physical body. They need you to be toxic, right? When someone doesn't have health, when you are not vibrant and you're always dealing with health issues, it's pretty hard to be happy or to want to create a better life for yourself when you're just barely getting by. They're trying to, of course, create more modified foods. What you're eating is very, very important. Your physical body is the ascension vehicle. We're not going up and up and up. We are going inward, and we're recoding and repatterning every single thing within the physical body. So try to eat as much as you can locally, organic. Make sure you're watching what you consume on every level, whether it's entertainment, whether it's TV, music, food. Everything is trying to program you right now. So there's going to be a lot more, of course, health dramas being exposed, right? Different, diseases and different, it's this thing, it's that thing, come get your next shot for this and that, right? Just same thing, we've already been seeing, but even more ridiculously. And of course, there is a lot going on. People are dying out there. Remember, we're in ascension cycles and people are getting more toxic. So it's an incompatibility with the energies on this planet. Some people will choose to drop their body and ascend in their consciousness. But it's about getting your physical body purified. Now that's also what happens with ascension symptoms, is your body, right? And everyone right now that claims to be sick, right? God, I hear about, from everybody that everyone's sick. Well, it's because our bodies are toxic. They're not compatible with the amount of photonic light coming on the planet. So your body, getting sick is a good thing. Don't run out there and grab some medication to suppress it. Allow your body to sweat it out, to puke it out, to whatever you need to do, right? It's getting rid of toxins. Your body is intelligent. So there's going to be a lot more, of course, scares in the world about anything to do with, like I said, physical body, health, survival. So you can just see those programs. Now the second category is the second sacral chakra, which is to do with the emotional body. So this, of course, we can see it everywhere. The constant creating emotions, fear, right? We can see it in movies, right? Where they're constantly trying to make people in fear. There's a lot of violence. So when they create scenarios in the world or movies or different events that create trauma, it literally triggers your own traumas within the body. And this is why you can go into like an absolute meltdown, or you can be in that fight or flight and just feel like your nervous system shot, like you're always in that state of anxiety and fear. Oh yeah, they feed off of fear. Why do you think there's fear 24/7 propaganda out there? They need you, again, in the lowest consciousness possible. So this is also why with Ascension, we have to do our shadow work, right? They'll be causing triggers everywhere. Now, a trigger is a good thing because a trigger means that you are accessing that trauma within your body, that stuck emotion, energy, that is literally creating a disharmonious pattern within your energy or your body that ends up creating disease, right? If you suppress it. So again, this is also the big thing. If you suppress your emotions by going out and getting the next med, so you're numbed out, well, you're not actually getting rid of that emotion. You're just, right? It's coming up and it's hitting a block and you're just numbed out to it, right? There's no receptors in your brain firing, telling you that there's energy to be released. So when you have a lot of emotion coming up, when you're feeling like crying, when you're feeling like raging, get it out. Because if you don't, it can come back down into the physical body and create disease, illness, so dis-ease in the body. But yeah, pulling on people's emotional strings in every way, shape, and form. This is why on Netflix, if you notice, every single movie, someone's always dying. it just seems like everything, right? The amount of just drama, trying to, make everyone sad and depressed, right? They want you constantly worrying about the next thing. All of those are linked to the emotional body. So the sacral emotional body is also linked to the sexual energy. So of course we can see that in the world, the sexualization of children and right? So people are just so numb to it. They think that these things are normal. They're not normal. These are psychopaths creating sexualization of, right? These are programs to try to make people miserable, or to try to create traumas or programs. So, right, like people who have that sexual trauma it affects their life forever until they deal with it. And they can also become a victimizer themselves. So this is another thing too to think about, is that being blatantly just angry about everything or in fear about everything, well, those are emotions we need to transform to higher expressions. If we're just going around angry at every single psychopath out there, you're not actually, right, it's not helping you. You need to transform that energy and use it constructively. Use it to fuel and ignite your fire, your inner fire, to create change in the world, to change your life, to change something. Or if you're just angry because you just can't help yourself from tuning into the next, right, all the next things that are pissing you off, find out within you, what's within you that needs to be angry, because it's always links down to something within you. You deserve to be happy. You don't have to be angry 24/7. So that's also another thing. We have to understand that the emotional body, they will create triggers to keep you in a loop of anger, fear, worrying, anxiety, right? And we see this also with, a lot of things going on, like for example, with Twitter, right? All the stuff being outed. Well, people think it's like, some great white hat doing all these amazing things. Well, it's actually creating a lot of anger within people, or a lot of, right? There's a lot of distraction, of course, too, but knowing that the goal is to make sure that you are in that perpetual state of emotion that controls your life, right? You're always going off the deep end and triggered by this and triggered by that. So there's going to be a lot of lies. Of course, we've seen it already on the internet, on the news. There's going to be just one thing after another to try to trigger you for the rest of time. So it's up to you to get back your attention and use that energy constructively. All right, the third category is attacks on the mental realm. Now, this is the solar plexus, so really the lower programming of the ego. Now, this is huge. So when they can keep you locked into a program of you're the victim, and there's this big bad world out there doing all these things, and you have no ability to have any power, right? So really the mental realm, and especially the third chakra, which is that keeps you linked into the matrix, is all about power and control and victim mentality. So know that there's a lot of programs out there, and this goes deep. So it's the victim, victimizer, savior program. So on the other end of the spectrum is also, right, people that think that they need to go around saving everybody. They need to wake everybody up. And this even goes on for ascension, right? I used to be like this. I used to spend all day long exhausting myself trying to wake everybody up, trying to help everybody, save everybody, trying to uplift everybody. And I was barking up the wrong tree. I was constantly trying to, right? I was wasting my energy on people that didn't care, that didn't want to hear it. That's why I'm so grateful now that I have all of you guys, and I have, right, people that actually care what I have to say, because it was a long path of most of my whole life. No one wanted to hear what I had to say, right? They didn't want to level up. They didn't want to hear my advice. And so it was a very lonely world. But that's also part of the issue, right? That it's that savior mentality. Yes, we did come here to realign this planet into a higher timeline. We did come here to save the world. The difference is we do it by saving ourselves. Then, when we up-level ourselves, we become that shining star for other people, right? We attract other people and magnetize them into our life. We don't go around trying to give advice to everybody that doesn't want to hear it. So that's the difference, right? Because it really exhausts you. It can really put you in a loop that really you can feel very isolated as well. So yeah, there's that victim, victimizer, savior program that is rampant everywhere. They want you to feel like you have no power. Like I said in the last video, watch my last video if you haven't already, where I mentioned that, right, the plan is to take away your power and make you feel this big. Because then you don't do anything about it. Then you don't stand up and say, no, not in my timeline. That's not happening. Right? Because when they make you feel that you had this much power to a big bad system, then people don't stand up. They don't do what they know is right within themselves. But yeah, it's that, so how they get you mentally is a lot of distractions as well. It's the constant, like I said, the constant attention onto the next thing that you need to know about, the next scenario, or mindless entertainment. That's also a big thing. Scrolling, right? Just constantly consuming other people's information. So then you believe it to be true, and then you create it. Your consciousness is so powerful. You are a creator. That's how you manifested your body and your reality all around you. You don't like your reality? Change yourself within and watch your outside reality shapeshift. I'm not here, neither are you. We're not physical. We are senses that are, and your brain that is processing energy to give you a hologram. And it shapeshifts moment by moment, especially during ascension, because we are shapeshifting so quickly that we can have a shapeshifting DMT trip happen, where things can get so glitchy out there. And I have other videos on that. Check them out. Now, everything out there will do anything it can to make sure that you don't bother to do your own inner work. Because like I said, when you change yourself within, you take your accurate consciousness out of all these programs, out of the matrix, and you're no longer controlled. So another way that they try to control the mental realm is with technology. We can see all the cell phone towers, all the Wi-Fi's, all the phones, all the technology, all the satellites overhead. You think they're just trying to make people have better internet? No. There's a reason why technology was built on the frequency patterns of your brain waves and of your body. I call it toxic technology. I can do a video about that more as well. Comment below if you guys want a video on that, because I have lots to say about it. So technology is a good thing if it's not suppressing your consciousness, suppressing your life, creating disease in your body, right? If it is enhancing society, enhancing us to be at our highest potential, I'm all for technology. If it is keeping your consciousness in a loop, right, keeping you scrolling, keeping you entertained, distracted, and not only that, keeping you in the metaverse that they're trying to create. All of these false frequencies are trying to hijack and snare your brain waves into thinking very repetitively. They want the hive mind. It's literally being created right before our eyes right now. So when you think that you're mental, right, that you're, oh, that's not me, but you're walking around with a 5 phone, and you have, right, a bunch of technologies all around you, you are in a soup of artificial frequencies. It is very hard to be an organic creator or in the organic creation and to be at your highest potential if you're in an artificial soup like that. And that's also how they keep you in your mind, thinking, worrying, right? You can't get in the body. That's on purpose. They want you completely up here stuck in your mind, where there's no heart, right? There's no heart opening up. There's no ability to expand into higher consciousness. There's no ability to connect with the planet and to ground and to feel that connection, which is your organic state of being completely connected to the planet, having your nervous system completely anchored in there where you can feel calm, at ease. You can feel the way that you should be feeling, not in that perpetual state of fight or flight, anxiety, anger, and fear. It's about you observing. But if you're triggered, there's something within you that you need to go within and figure out where it's coming from. But it's more a matter of observing all these different things being played out, and you will start seeing that they become more and more obvious. Now, there's a fourth category that I'll talk about in another video, and that's all about the astral plane. People being in the new age hijack, the false light that is everywhere. And this happens when people start waking up and they believe that they're on the ascension path, but they're actually caught in a false light trap. But for that, I have to go into many more things on a future video. Make sure you guys subscribe right now so you don't miss out. If you're interested in a lot more of this information, take my Ascension Magic course. It's $150 off until January 8th. I go into hundreds of different topics that will blow your mind and allow you to understand everything, how everything is connected, what's going on in the world, the changes within your own life, your own body. We live in the stellar activation cycle that hasn't happened. This one hasn't happened to the extent that it's happening on this planet right now for millions of years. It is mind-blowing when you actually understand how big it is and how important your role is in the ascension of this planet. So again, my course Ascension Magic on sale until January 8th. So I also have my premium membership as well, and also Manifesting 2.0 New Earth Abundance if you want to get some more techniques, tips, methods on how to create abundance with your own life. Now, if you sign up for any of those, please make sure you check your email, your junk mail, and just really sign up on my website with an account, because I've been emailing people and there's a lot of hijack technologies going on out there. People are not getting my emails. So please just register for your free account on my website. I also have a full social media platform there for you guys to meet other people just like you, amazing soul family. So all the links are below in the description. Now you have some more ways to see behind every corner all the games being played, and allow yourself to elevate beyond these artificial frequencies. Please give me a thumbs up and share the video with everybody you know. Don't forget to comment all your experiences, and if you want me to do a video on that toxic technology, and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be talking about so many more things, and hit the notification bell as well, so you make sure that you actually get notified when I make new videos. I'm Roxanne. This has been EARTH1111. Shine bright out there. It's going to be crazy this year, but you got this. Love you. Bye-bye.